Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance for those of you who didn't say it twice already, and then a moment of silence. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. May we start with roll call, please?
Maple.
Present. Here.
Here?
Here.
Here.
Moving on to claims. Approval of invoice registrars 1225 and 1226.
I will make a motion that we approve the invoice registrars number 1225 and 1226 as provided in our backup materials.
I'll second that.
Ethan made the motion. Terry seconded it. Are there any discussions? All those in favor say aye. All right, that passes. Moving on to the adoption of minutes. Adoption of town council minutes from June 17th.
I'll make a motion, we adopt the town council minutes from June 17th, 2026.
I'll second that motion.
Moved by Ryan, seconded by Bill. Is there any discussion, additions, or subtractions that need to be made? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that passes. All right. Public comments for anything on the agenda, which is the salary ordinance, if you read ahead. 3-minute time limit. Any takers? All right. We're moving on to new business because we don't have any old business. Amendment 2026 salary ordinance 070126. Yvonne, that is just adding the one line that says prorate, correct? So in our backup materials for the group that is Yep. So page 16 in our backup materials. We talked about that last time. And I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the amended 2026 salary ordinance as presented.
Sorry, I should have jumped in first. Even though it's just 4 words, we got to have a motion to approve on first reading and then a motion to approve.
Thank you for that catch, Zach. And there's nobody better to correct those motions than our fine, prestigious Mr. Niemeyer.
What if we don't want to approve it on first reading?
Well, I don't know. You don't have to.
For real.
I'll amend my motion.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we approve amended salary ordinance number 070126 on first reading.
I'll second. For first reading.
Any discussions? We're good. Vote. And then we
You got to vote and then you also
we
got
have
to
to-
approve.
Then we approve.
Yeah.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so we've approved to do it on the first reading. So now,
We need a second motion or just
Yep.
a second vote?
A second motion and
I'd
First
like
and
to make
second.
a second motion.
ooh,
That
tell me
we
more.
approve the amended 2026 salary ordinance 070126.
I'd like to make a second.
I like what we got. Any discussions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that passes as well. Awesome. Thank you for doing that, Yvonne. I know it's a lot of work for you.
I have in addition to that, you have asked me to get the information from all the people we hired. And there were 4 new employees in 2025. Past dates of hire, and it's up to you whether you want to, give them that additional HSA money as well. Brian Wagner starts on 11/5. He owes $250 for iFares, 5/19/25. She would be owed 125. Isaac Kilgore Started on 4/28. We would be $250 an hour. Sparrow started right at the beginning of the year, and he got just about everything.
So that would be if we made this retroactive in 2025, that's about $625 total.
That is correct.
That is correct. And we just paid out the HSA money on this payroll that will hit everybody today, on Friday. We then have to do this today. So it's one.
I'll make a motion that we include the other three individuals not previously talked about in the original discussion and pay them out at the next available opportunity.
I'll second that motion.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Awesome. Thank you very much for doing that. All right. We will move on to continued council conversations.
You want to do this under new business?
Yeah, I actually want to pass it to my esteemed colleague, Mr. Hartley, before we leave new business.
We were approached by the county. The county adopted a multi-hazard mitigation grant program ordinance. And Zach is in the process of looking at writing an ordinance for us as well. Basically what this is, the county started working on this a couple years ago. Homeland Security initiated it. The Surveyors Department kind of took lead on this and ended up leading the meetings on this, had several meetings on this. I think Jim was a part of one of them. They included the townships, schools, cities, towns, all that stuff in these meetings, and came up with about 100, would you say, Jenny, 120-page document. It gives plans for natural disasters, things like that. And this is an ordinance that we want Zach to write, and I would encourage the council to look at and adopt in the future. Once that gets us done, it makes us eligible for FEMA grants if we have a natural disaster come through the town. There's also grant opportunities for pre-disaster situations, so you can rectify buildings, make them safer. There's also infrastructure improvements that you can do. There's all kinds of grant opportunities pre-disaster, and then it'll make us eligible for those grant opportunities if something does happen here. But we have to adopt an ordinance to be eligible to receive that funding.
So we could apply to fix, say, windows and doors on a building.
We'll have to look at the
Okay.
specifics.
Yeah.
But that being said, you can actually create you can build a storm shelter. You know, that's an opportunity, like a grant opportunity. You can build a storm shelter for community members. There's if you go to the FEMA's website, or if you just Google multi-hazard mitigation grant program, it'll take you to FEMA's website, and you can kind of read through that stuff there. And if you want to read through the county's 120-page document, you can as well. Jenny's going to share that with us. But Zach's going to work on an ordinance for us. And like I said, it's kind of a no-brainer here. We want to be eligible for funding if something happens. So that'll be something that Zach will come to us. I know August 20th, I think, is the deadline. So it'll probably be at our next meeting.
All I heard was that our new town hall is gonna be nicknamed Storm Shelter.
Well, there's a basement here already, so we could just,
We need a new town hall.
Move it?
I heard it's real nice too. Yep, chief approved.
So I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Zach.
So nothing yet. He's going to write and then
He
we'll
is
discuss.
going to draft an ordinance for us to consider for voting on in the future.
And I have that
Outs-
on the next agenda.
Standing, thank you.
I believe it actually is in the form of a resolution to be technical, but yes, I know what
Resolution.
you meant. Yeah.
We're a very technical group. Of
course.
I appreciate you helping us there. All right, we'll move on to continue council conversations. Anybody got anything?
I don't think so.
All right, legal updates?
Beyond what you all just talked about, working with Chief Healy on making an amendment to the parking ordinance, cleaning up some things there, and then ongoing work with Bri as it pertains to code enforcement. Staying on top of that, identifying bad actors and
Thank you for that. Nothing else. Move on to department reports. Jim?
I'm working with Al and Jared a little bit, with our SRF fund that we did for the last wastewater plant. And it looks like there's about, Nyla pulled up, but she seems to think there's about $50,000 left, SRF. Al talked with the state revolving fund. They said there's a little more than that, so it's probably interested in approving that. So what we'd like to do is, Al would like to come in and kind of present, there's some things on our collection side, like, the force main from Needlers, maybe redo that. The force main from Cedar Creek, that's another one. Lions Club lift station for the town center. We'd like to get something set in play and have Al do a plan for those, so maybe use that original money from the original SRF from the old plant, which that interest rate's 2%. I think the new is a little more than that. So, and SRF really wants us to wrap that up and completely close it out. So it makes sense to use it for that purpose. So probably within the next meeting or so, I'll have Al and Thomas in here. We'll kind of give a good plan for that. Yeah, that will work out. I did mention to Ryan, I should have the civil plan for Cody by 7/18. So this month, they're really interested in getting the site work, the roads, the paths, and everything built yet this year. So if they get civil plans done, we take a look at those. Hopefully we can get those up and running. Kroger's should be in this month as well. There's civil site plans, the same company's doing it. Right, we talked about, maybe approach Kroger, see what would take to move that along a little bit, if possible. I think we need to have that conversation. And that's it. I'm still working with Arbor Homes on the Dodge property and Arbor Homes on the 100 acres by firehouse. So we'll see what comes to fruition. And we did finish up the town video. I met with Gene Cleveland at the high school and Brandon Klein at the high school, and they fabulous interviews. So they did well. So hopefully we'll have that to present on the website.
And it looks like our potential funding from Congressman Shreve passed another hurdle,
Yeah,
so
it
that's
did.
good.
Yeah. That it is $1 million. It's not the $1.6 million, but hey, we'll use that. He really worked really hard. It was in the paper there as well. I think part of each picked up a tremendous amount there. So, yeah, very fortunate. So,
Made front page.
yeah.
Great job, buddy. Awesome. Thank you. Steve?
No, I was just looking for Dave O'Meara, should be in town pretty soon. He was awarded contract on the community crossings project. He should be here in the next couple weeks. Then, seems like right after that, September is when they start the next round, so.
They're in Greenfield right now paving.
O'Meara?
Mhm.
Right.
Yep.
Well,
They're parking on our lot, so they're doing some paving for Greenfield right now, so hopefully they just roll right on down here.
yeah, they probably will. Yeah. And, new intern, Caleb Griffith, seems to be working out okay. Today we don't have a summer basketball league.
Well,
6'9",
maybe next time.
How tall is he?
6'9".
He looks.
That's it?
He's a distance, he goes a distance.
Mm.
6'9", like, okay.
Man, his arm's probably
Junior, I
get
think.
half the way there.
He's a
Yeah.
junior,
Yeah, the junior.
Very quiet though.
So what's he, 2 Ginnies? Two Ginnies, Paul? Awesome. Thank you. Chief?
You guys remember talking about the Pat Leahy ballistic vest grant that we received, the request from the council that we go ahead and allow to move forward. We know we need 5 vests replaced. It's a 50-50 grant. So initially we paid for it up front, $3,506. So I think our best goal is going to rate $7,500, $8,000 for all 5 vests. And 4 need to be replaced immediately, and then there's one, we've got about 3 years in, so 2 of our life. So we got the grant, it's quite cheap, so I would get grants, so, or get vests.
Nice.
So, yeah,
What fund would you pay that out of?
that would come out of the police equipment fund.
And we're good there, no issues. I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of 5 vests in conjunction with the grant program.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right. Sounds like a plan, Chief. Anything else? Yvonne?
First of all, we're ready to start on the budget process for this July. I would like to lock down, I sent y'all an email with the dates. I would like to do all these things this year. We have a new requirement. There needs to be a second public hearing that is dedicated only to development. So Zach is looking into that. That would be the second hearing and adoption. We're gonna find out whether it is allowed to do that right before the general council meeting or regular council meeting. So that would be on October 7th. In order to make all these things work, looking backwards, September the 16th would be the first public budget hearing that can happen during the regular council meeting. The budget workshop, I would like to see that take place on Thursday, August 27th, either 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, depending on when you all can be available. The budget workshop, remember, is a public meeting where the entire council is available, all the department heads, and we can go through everything line by line or a little bit quicker. We'll have already visited through everything in the finance committee meeting that takes place either August 4th or August 11th. That is the meeting where we'll have all the department heads, the financial advisors, and 2 council members. I'd like to see if we can lock down which 2 council members and which date works best.
I know that you guys could make one but not the other. I'm available both dates, so if I attend, I'm fine with either one.
The August 1st, I know that I cannot make,
4th.
August 4th.
or the 4th.
And you only need 2 of us.
I need 2 of you. Whomever, I mean, it's a chunk of time, it's quite a long meeting. We will start around 10, we'll end probably around 1 o'clock, and we go line by line. It's tedious, but it's real important that we do it right.
I'd like to do it again, but if anybody wants to jump in.
I'll be gone.
I'll let you do it.
Sounds like you
On the 4th?
4th or 11th.
Either one's fine. Let's do the 4th.
Which one do you want? 4th?
4th.
Okay, August the 4th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And who's gonna join us? Ethan?
Chad and Ethan.
Chad and Ethan.
Or Ethan and Chad, depending on how you look at it.
It's Chad and Ethan. We're just going alphabetical.
Very good, thank you very much.
Last name?
I will.
First.
Oh.
We also locked down the budget workshop on Thursday, the 27th. We want to start it at 5 or 6?
6:05.
6:05.
6 to 5, no problem.
6 works.
O'clock?
Yeah.
Then it's August the 27th, it's on Thursday, 6 p.m. I will recirculate that email with the front dates. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And
Thank you,
This year
Yvonne.
will be, it may be tough, because we'll be getting significantly less money next year out of our income taxes and our taxes. It's gonna be a tough budget, but we'll work on that. And then, on top of that, I wanted to let you know the golf fundraiser was very successful. Started off extremely wet. This is for the canine program for those folks who are not aware. The canine program is not funded by taxpayer money. It's fully funded by donations. This year, we had our third annual golf fundraiser for that. I think it sounds like we.
Nice shirt, Terry.
Yeah.
Yes.
We sold t-shirts in addition to the golf fundraiser. And we're still getting a little bit more money in, so I'm gonna hold my tongue on how much we have made.
Just give us the roundabout.
No, not yet.
Oh.
Let the officers do it, and B, we're still getting in a little bit.
I already have a
And
dollar
we're still
sign right
selling
there.
some t-shirts. So should anybody want to do the t-shirt that Terry just beautifully showed off?
We have them. I wish we would have known to wear them.
Yeah, if we'd have known to wear them.
We have a few more of them, and we can sell them to whomever is interested here at Town Hall, $25
She's gonna kill me.
for large, extra large, or youth medium and youth large, and then $30 for the one for that are 2X and 3X. We have quite a few 2X and 3X as well. All the other ones are very, very cheap. But we can sell them right here at Town Hall. Then, lastly, my last thing is an update on the new software. It's infinitely more challenging than we had anticipated. The software is good, but it's intense, and there's very few things about it that are the same or similar to our old program. So it's a challenge. On top of that, our new big challenge is that Comcast is not very solid. Comcast goes out all the time, so you can be in the middle of, like today, a very large thing on the software where we've had to enter lots and lots of information, and then Comcast goes down, and we have to start up. So it's challenging, but that's where we are. So I spoke with Scott today about Comcast to see if there's any way we can come up with a backup. So he is looking into whether it would take the backup Comcast with Starlink or something so that we can continue working. Now that we are 100% dependent on the internet to work in order to, use our accounting software.
We actually have a backup to our Comcast at home that goes over the cellular networks that we just bought from the store.
I have no
So, I'm
idea.
just saying there's options.
There are options, but being that it's not just all of us here with the accounting program, it is also the telephone system, it's also the officers and any, they're in the investigations and the internet goes out, it's a problem. And that's what we're struggling with at the moment, so we're gonna try to come up with a solution and present it to you, so that you have, at least an idea what that's be about, so. And if somebody from Comcast might be watching on our YouTube.
I did see AT&T was putting high-speed fiber in Cedar Creek.
Apparently that doesn't come across the railroad to the south of the railroad. Apparently the railroad.
I heard they're difficult to deal with.
Yeah, the railroad.
Yeah.
I am sure you're not surprised at that, so.
I don't think they're difficult, for the record. I think they're great. Thank you very much for your help.
That's all I got.
Thank you. All right, public comments, 5 minutes, any topic, not just the ones on the agenda. If you have something you would like to talk about, please come to our podium so that those watching at home, like my mom, can hear you. Just state your name and your address or the organization you're with.
Cody Gilmore, 485 Westboro Lane, New Palestine. The intersection of 500 and 200. I've called about this. I've done my research. I have wrecked 2 cars back to back. The second one I told, it almost killed me. Prior to this, you had a death there about 3 years ago. motorcyclist was driving. I think I talked to you, James. I'm not sure. I might have called you. I called somebody here. I found this out. I know it's a county problem, but last week I almost got hit again. They think this is a four-way stop. What it is, when you're driving down 200, you're driving 50 miles an hour. That is the speed limit. People come in here, they think it's a four-way stop, and it's not. So you're driving, and they pull right out, and you T-bone. There's been multiple accidents there. There's been multiple cars being totaled, being towed off. When I got hit, I got out of the car. My pregnant wife had to come get me. We had to go to the hospital. Being pregnant. It almost killed me. I'm tired of it. I was told by the police when they were there that there was supposed to be a roundabout put in there. It's been a year. Nothing has been done. There's multiple wrecks there constantly on a monthly basis. The city of New Powell needs to somehow, if it's a county problem, Hancock County's got to be, they've got to be pushed a little bit. This is ridiculous. We're getting pile-ups. People are trying to get back to work, back home, and there's pile-ups because there's wrecks there constantly. You guys don't do something, someone else is going to get killed. I mean, it's coming.
Well, I can speak to that. I work for the county. So there is a roundabout coming in 2028. And the reason I say that is these things, roundabouts are millions of dollars. So the funding has to be programmed. Everything goes through NDOT. So we've known about the problem. It's in the queue. There's nothing we can do to speed it up because we get our funding from NDOT. We don't have the money to just go pay for these things.
I understand that.
So, we kind of have our hands tied. We can't just shake a money tree and do all that. There's got to be utility relocation. There's got to be engineering. There's got to be right-of-way purchase. There's lots of steps that has to go through. We can't just go build a roundabout.
But
So
you can do something temporarily. You can make that a four-way stop.
sometimes four-way stops. Sometimes four-way stops are more dangerous than two-way stops.
But, so let me go ahead and throw this out here. Doing nothing is absolutely unacceptable. Something has got to be done. Because if it's not being done in 2 years, you can do something temporary. I don't know what it is. I'm not a street commissioner or whatever, but you can do something to stop people from going out in the intersection, people hitting these people. Something temporarily can be done. I don't know if four-way stop is the answer, but something can be temporarily done that's not cost effective to stop this. I can't wreck another vehicle here.
I understand that. So we look at the options we have in front of us: striping, stop bars, rumble strips, the signs below the stop signs that says cross traffic does not stop. There's lots of things that we're throwing everything we have at this, other than building a roundabout. Now, the talk about putting a four-way stop in there temporarily has been had, and we are monitoring the intersection, but we can't make knee-jerk reactions. I know there's been several wrecks. I understand that, but things also have to meet Federal Highway Administration's guidelines to be able to do those things. So that's a county engineer call on whether that happens or not. I can't make that call. But that being said, I know it's a problem. We know it's a problem, which is why it was put in the queue 2 years ago. And 2028 is as soon as it's going to happen. So that's why the roundabouts are being installed all over, 3 South, 6 West, 3 South, 5 West, 3 South. That's why we're doing those, because inherently roundabouts are much, much safer. As much as people complain about them, I love them to death. So we were actually just discussing that roundabout earlier. I wish we could speed it up, but we can't.
We've talked about it at multiple meetings. Not only that, but then the adjacent roads with it.
I hope someone else doesn't get killed.
I hope they
as
don't
well.
either.
But I hope nobody dies on a road,
But
right?
there again, doing nothing, unacceptable. We can do something. I don't know what the creativity is on that, but something can be done to either, maybe you stop the cars from going 50 miles an hour down the road.
That won't happen.
then we got to do something, put some things in the road or whatever but I don't know. But all is encouraging that we do something temporary, just to stop.
Have you called Gary Poole by any chance to?
Gary Poole was the guy I talked to.
Okay, yeah.
That's the county
He's the
engineer.
county engineer.
I think it's Gary Poole I talked to. The other thing, and this is, this one kind of irritates me, sewer. So I moved here from Kansas City in 2021. I get a $72 sewer bill. That's foreign to me, because usually you get a sewer bill with your water bill. Somebody calls me and I have to pay a sewer bill? Okay, no problem. Now my sewer bill, and I got the notice like last year, I've been continuing to come to these meetings. I get it, and it's $98.80. Now it's going to go up to $125. And I called Gary Poole. And again, he gave me this big, long thing about what happened. I guess the prior people that managed the sewer or whatever, they didn't manage it properly because they have no money. But here's my thing is the council, the city of New Pal, the planning commission was approving these subdivisions. All these new subdivisions were being built. They knew them. They knew that they were coming in. Why didn't somebody, a light bulb go off and say, hey, we need to see if our utilities have the capacity to do this. Now you got all these people that are coming in. The sewer can't take it. And now we're being punished because now I'm paying as much as I am to let the water be deposited in the sewer system as much as I am turning it on. And we're being punished for this. The people of New Pal, and I live in Copperstone. A lot of people are leaving Copperstone. They're leaving because we have the highest HOAs in New Pal and the sewer. If you guys keep raising the sewer like this, you're going to lose people because they're moving. And it's one of the things. You guys looked at grants of like grant money to do this? I mean, why should we have to pay for this? And I mean, we're going to be paying this for several years. And it's just wrong that we, because of incompetency of a prior committee, and I don't know all these because I'm fairly new here, but we're being punished for that. And it's that we're paying soon to be $125 for sewer. And again, why is that being kicked to the people of New Pal?
So there's a lot in that, right? So we've been talking about this for years. Couple things. First off, somebody before us did light bulb go off and they built a sewer treatment plant. And the company that did it robbed them blind.
That's what.
So they're already, we still are paying on that loan, right? Because it's not like I can say, hey, well, they sold me a lemon. I want my money back.
Have we been?
Yep, and they went bankrupt, and it's all Schroed after that. So that company's no longer around, to my knowledge, right? So then we still have to address the problem with the sewer treatment plant, right? On top of that, you're right. We already added all these things thinking that one was going to solve and we could add on to it for a much cheaper price. We realized we couldn't do that. So we got handed a situation that we had to make a decision. Not a pretty one. And I pay the bill as well. I'm not happy about it either. So the thought process here was build it right, build it to the capacity, and then as more people hook up, that will basically spread that cost to everybody, right? So I agree. I don't want to increase the sewer rate. I probably want to do it less than anybody paying it because I'm paying it and I'm listening to everybody complain about it. And that's fine because that's their right to do that, right? The point is if we have the things like the Bukovic apartments that come in, each one of those people is going to pay a hookup as well, right? So you start to add on to those things. Then the thing that we built can handle that growth, and then it will become cost efficient. But there is that time frame in the middle that it's not.
Have we looked at grant money?
We looked for grant money as we were applying to build it. We looked at grant money when we were building it. We've been denied for both of those. We tried to put a solar farm on there to win some grant money there. There's a lot of steps that we've tried to go into.
Well, most recently, we did get that money from Congress to get more hookups. So we did just get grant monies.
We
to
did.
be able to add hookups that will help mitigate those costs across.
I understand, but you gotta look at this from a citizen's perspective. I hear that we're getting bulletproof vests for grant money, but yet, I'm not knocking bulletproof vests for police officers. I think that's a good thing, and I'm there for it. But we can get bulletproof vests for police officers. We can't get grant money for the sewer, which,
There's only,
but then you're kicking it back to us, and it makes me want to say, you know, I'll just take a chair, cut a hole in it, make myself an outhouse out in the backyard.
Part of the problem
I
was.
can do
the
that.
se-
You know,
Part of
get
the
a shower
problem
curtain.
was the sewer bill stayed
Sure.
the same rate for like 20-some years, right?
Right.
All that infrastructure in the
I
ground.
got that math if we want to bring it back up. Nobody wanted to see it last time.
All that infrastructure in the ground and all that stuff, you know, for those 20-some years that the sewer bill stayed the same rate, it didn't get any better. And because it wasn't incrementally raised to raise money to work on that infrastructure and build a new sewer plant, we have to make these big jumps. Every town's guilty of it. Cumberland, same thing. Greenfield right now, same thing. Every little town that you see, just watch the news. Every little town around is doing the exact same thing we've had to do because the sewer rate, everybody was happy with the low sewer rate for 20 years, you know?
Right.
Out of sight, out of mind, right? Because once you push that handle, it goes away. Nobody thinks about that.
From 1989 to 2004, our sewer rate moved less than $10. Inflation alone would have made that sewer rate
Right around
80
that time, I was in high school in Arkansas.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
I wasn't. I hear what you're saying.
Same
Well,
here,
well,
but that's the problem though. Nobody made those incremental raises over those years. So when you make those jumps to do things, now construction costs compared to construction costs now compared to 89 are completely different.
But on an optics standpoint, can you see
we're all about the optics, man. We've heard all of it.
Yeah.
we're being punished?
Well, we're not.
And- Well, we haven't raised it for 40 years. They didn't do, the company that built the sewer system, you know, you guys got handed a lemon.
We did.
So on optics standpoint, we're kicking the stuff to the people and we're having to pick up the slack for that. And one of the things about Hancock County is me moving here from out of state. Well, go to Hancock County, low cost of living, blah, 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 blah. And people are not going to know that they're going to be paying a $125 sewer bill. You don't register that when you're going in. You don't think that you're going to pay a $100 sewer bill. $40, okay, I get it. But no one's imagining this, and they're like, wait a minute, we pay almost $1,000 in HOA fees a year here. We're the highest in New Powell. And now we get hit by this $125 sewer bill. And to me, I look at it as, well, wait a minute, I'm being punished. The lack of incompetency from a prior regime. Why are we having to front the bill? Get the money someplace else.
Part of the problem with that is though, is you wouldn't live in Copperstone if we didn't build that new plant. So this development can't happen without the expansion of the sewer plant. So, but you have to pay for that sewer plant somehow, and there's only certain ways that we can get that funding.
Which is the second thing I was going to bring up.
Like when we apply for an SRO loan, there's a big pool of cities and towns that apply for that money, and there's a rating system on, you know, and you get thrown in that pool and you beg and plead and try to get that money.
Sometimes you don't get it.
And we weren't the top to get it. So
And to address the optics thing, like, trust me, we've talked about this one for a long time, and that's why we're passionate about it, because we had to be very educated on it and then educate people who probably didn't know all the ins and outs. The first month that it went out, there was a feeling that we had not communicated. Now, it's been in the paper. You can Google it since 2021. We've been talking about this, right? So the town paid out of the small amount that we have. You just heard Yvonne talk about how we're going to go into a financial and we're going to get less money. It's going to go somewhere else, right? It's not going to come to New Powell. We paid everybody's difference of that sewer bill that month, right? Trying to give people some time to work on that, right? In my mind, we've done everything that we can do. It's not a good decision. Anybody who is in these seats had to look at all of those options and say, what's the best bad decision that we have in front of us? And that's the one we went to. Now, the last thing I'll say about it is, I think everybody here is well aware of the impact it has on everybody. And we've been trying to do everything we can to try to lessen that impact when possible. When we were talking to the Bakovic apartment group, I wanted to build tomorrow. right? Because I need those funds because I don't want to have to take out another loan and increase bills to fix the rest of the infrastructure that we couldn't cover because we didn't get grants.
And again, optics and perception is everything. Police officers can get bulletproof vests, but we can't get money for the sewer system.
Government funding is probably
I get it,
Okay.
but on an optics standpoint, he
well, I
gets mon- he
can
gets money
try to
like
teach
that.
I can try to
I
teach
get it.
people about government finances. If they don't want to listen to it, it won't help, right?
I get it, but what I'm just saying is, there's got to be, I would encourage you to explore other avenues to try to find money for this. Maybe you have, but I would say maybe take a look again. I don't know, because I remember the prior president signed a bill about infrastructure. Don't know if that is money we can get, probably can't, but there again, when I again, just Joe Schmo Schmidlap out here, and I sit here, I'm a pretty smart guy, and I hear bulletproof vests. Wait a minute, you can get money for that. There's got to be another pocket over here full of money.
I wish there was. We've looked and we've shaken people, we've turned them upside down and searched everybody's.
Grants
pocket.
have to get funded by somebody, right? So
If-
we did get $1 million. We got $1 million.
Well, we're working.
We're working in the process of getting $1 million
For the
Right.
sewer.
for sewer updates.
Yeah. So when we get that $1 million, will that lower the cost of the sewer?
Not yet, no.
That $1 million is a drop in the
I
bucket.
get it. I
But
get
you
it.
have to fix all the other things too. We're fixing the plant. All the money's going to the plant to keep it alive. But what about everything that gets there, right?
I get it. I do get some of it, but there again, on an just a visual.
We've looked, but if anybody else finds anything, for the record, if anybody finds anything that we could do, I'm all ears about it. For real. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public comments? All right, we'll move on to council comments. Ryan Hartley, you are first.
I want to commend Main Street for adapting to the weather situation we had. I think they did a good job. And we attended Saturday and walked from one end of the town to the other and had a great time. So I think they did a good job shifting everything. It was unfortunate they had to cancel things Friday, but I think it was packed Saturday when we went. So we had a good time. Had a great time at the Canine Golf outing. It was packed as well. I heard there was some talks about somebody trying to bribe somebody to hide something in my bag for the demonstration. I'm glad. I appreciate that. I'm glad that didn't happen. But it was great. Thank you, Terry. You absolutely carried our team. If it wasn't for you, we would have done horrible. Dumpster Day was also a huge success. Went and helped out for a couple hours. Ended up walking away with a pitching wedge.
Pink toilet?
Ping
Oh, sorry.
pitching wedge. No pink toilet that I know of this year.
Not this year.
But I think we shut down early, right? It was wildly successful. It was even started before it was started. When I got there, there were already a couple dumpsters full. So
The hours were 9 to 2, and they started rolling in about 8:20. We closed the gates at 11:58. We were full.
which is amazing. What a great event for the town. I'm glad that you took the reins on that. We could offer that to the town. Great event.
Thank you.
That's all I got.
Ethan?
I'll add just kudos to Dumpster Day Summerfest. I like the baskets that we've seen emerge on Main Street. They're looking pretty good with the flowers. We have a council chat on Friday, so usually the first Friday of the month, we have a council chat where we invite community members to kind of informally have conversations about concerns, questions, curiosities about town. So 8 a.m. this Friday at Tia's. And Bill, are you on tap or did someone else say they're going to join?
I'm in.
I figured you would be. So 8 a.m. Tia's, Bill and I will be there. We just invite people to come and share any concerns or curiosities or thoughts, good, bad, or ugly, when it comes to New Pal. Also want to welcome officially Papa John's. We had our first Papa John's order last week, and delicious as expected. But that's all I have.
Outstanding. All right, my turn. thank everybody. There's a lot that's going on. Summerfest, Dumpster Day, a lot of things that everybody's doing. K9 golf outing was awesome. There was a ton of people there. I think we raised a lot of money, and I think I won't say it, so I'll stop there. But great that we can do that for the police department. Appreciate all the work, Chief. I know all your guys put in a lot of work to make that happen, and also Yvonne and the staff here put in a ton of extra work to make sure that happened. So thank you very much. Stayed through the whole thing, got rained on, and even stayed to the end to put my name on my ticket. So we had a great time. I didn't want to write my name on my ticket, but anyway. Appreciate it, everything that you guys do for that. That's all I got.
Boy, it's terrible when you go towards the end of the list.
It is.
Because everything's been said, so I want to echo everything. The sponsors, the participants, the people who helped put the event together. The K9 outing was fantastic. And every year when people come and have the experience that they had, the next year it'll just grow exponentially because of that. The word spreads. So that was a wonderful event for a great cause. The only negative thing that I have to say this evening is that Jim's hat is so offensive. Just absolutely, I don't even know why you would wear that in public, but, you know, that's all I have.
Thank you. Terry?
Well, I am the last one. And yes,
Did you want to say something
Say
about
something
Jim's
about Jim's
tattoo?
hat.
I think it's attractive.
Great. There you go.
Sorry, it's the wrong team, Bill, but no, I want to thank the volunteers that showed up for the dumpster day. It was a big success, as I said earlier. Ryan, Jim, you guys did a great job. There were others, Catherine, my husband, Tim, Jake. I think that was about it. We didn't have a whole lot, but people would get out of their cars. I mean, they loaded their cars, so they unloaded their cars, and everybody was happy. They were glad to get rid of their junk and really wanted us to do it twice a year instead of once a year. The K9 golf outing was really fun, and the organization was great. To me, everything went smoothly, and so kudos to all of you that worked hard behind the scenes. And Main Street was great. Those fireworks were wonderful. I sat on my front porch and watched them. So, July birthdays, Officer Brady and Jake from our street department have birthdays this month. That's all. I think that's all.
Okay. When you go last, you don't get a second chance. You know that, right?
I know.
All right.
I'll make a motion to adjourn with the addition of Go US team at 8:00. They're in the World Cup stage.
I'll second that.
Go ahead, Bill.
No, you go ahead.
I'll second.
Ethan made the motion and Ryan seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you.